Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the Finance 360-degree sessions in which we cover all the relevant and important finance current affairs and the RBI notifications which are important from your exam point of view. And in today's session, we are going to cover a very important news article, and actually three very important news articles. The first one is regarding the NEFT and the RTGS. The RBI has provided the progress that has happened in the NEFT and the RTGS. So we are going to discuss this, as well as there is the notification that has been given by the PFRDA. We are also going to discuss this, that what is the main idea that the PFRDA has presented for the retirement advisors, what update has been presented by the PFRDA. Next is regarding the Reserve Bank of India that has released a notification regarding the Clearing Corporation of India Limited that joins the account aggregator ecosystem. So all these news articles we are going to discuss, and they are very important from the objective point of view of the regulatory bodies exam, let it be the RBI grade B, the NABARD grade A or SEBI grade A. Okay, so the progress of the NEFT and RTGS, this is very important. The objective questions can come from this, as well as from these news articles also. Directly the objective questions can come in the phase 1 or the phase 2 of the examination. Okay, so now good morning everyone. Good morning Shalini, Bhavna, Vishwajit, Saurish, Vrishali, Abhishek, Dharani, Pratul, Mrunal, Pramod and Nidhi. Good morning to everyone and welcome to the session everyone. So let's start with the session, but before that, do subscribe to the YouTube channel and join our Telegram channel where you get the PDF of the session. So you will get the PDF of the session in the Telegram channel, okay? And the link for the Telegram channel is provided in the description box below. So now starting with the first news article, that is regarding the progress of NEFT and RTGS systems. So what has happened that the NEFT, that is, this is the system through which the payments can be made very easily. You will understand the difference between the NEFT and RTGS. But first of all, the NEFT has achieved a milestone on February 29, 2024 by processing 4 crore 10 lakh 61,337, that is 4.10 crores of the transactions has happened by NEFT system, and this is not the data of a month, this is the data of 1 day. So in a day so far, these much of the transactions has been done by NEFT. This is the highest number of transactions that is processed in a day so far. So you can understand that how big of a deal it is, how big of an achievement it is that the NEFT system has achieved a milestone on February 29, 2024, and that is also in the leap year on the last day, by processing the 4.10 crore of the transactions, the highest number of transactions that is processed in a day so far. So an important landmark was reached. Now NEFT system, this was introduced by the Reserve Bank of India. This was introduced by the Reserve Bank of India in 2005. And the RTGS system, this was introduced by the Reserve Bank of India in 2004. Okay, so the NEFT and RTGS, they are quite old systems that have been introduced by the Reserve Bank of India. So they are not the systems that have been introduced by the NPCI, but they are the systems that have been introduced by the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, the NEFT was introduced in November 2005 and the RTGS was introduced in 2004. So NEFT is the National Electronic Fund Transfer. The NEFT is the National Electronic Fund Transfer, and the RTGS is also for the fund transfer. Okay, it is the real-time gross settlement, we can say. It is the real-time gross settlement that happens. So RTGS is the real-time gross settlement system that is introduced in 2004, and the NEFT was introduced in 2005. So now an important landmark was reached in the journey of these systems with NEFT and RTGS. They were functioning. They started functioning for 24/7, 365 days basis from December 16, 2019 for the NEFT and December 14, 2020 for the RTGS. So before that, they were not working 24/7. They were not working for the 365 days. There were holidays in the NEFT and the RTGS system also. But from these particular days, you can understand that they were continuous. There were continuous achievement that was provided. The continuous provision was given for the NEFT and the RTGS. Okay, so they were introduced in 2004 and 2005. The NEFT in 2005, the RTGS in 2004, but they were provided for 24/7, 365 days from these dates, and they were the landmark dates that you can remember. Now the next point is that during the previous 10 years, that is from 2014 to 2023, the NEFT and the RTGS systems have registered growth of 700% and 200% respectively in terms of volume that we are talking about, the number of transactions that we are talking about, and in the terms of value, the NEFT and the RTGS have registered the growth of 670% and the 104% respectively. Okay, so that is for the NEFT. In terms of volume, the percentage is 700% of the growth. In terms of value, the growth is of 670% of the growth. Okay, for RTGS, the growth is of 200% of the growth in volume terms and 104% of the growth in terms of value, in value terms. Okay, so this is the idea. So the RTGS system has processed its highest ever volume of 16.25 lakh transactions in a day on March 31, 2023. So this is the achievement that has that the RTGS has done. Okay, so this is the idea that you need to get, that the NEFT has achieved a milestone by processing 4.10 crores of the transactions in one day, as well as the RTGS has also done a milestone, has also achieved its highest ever volume of 16.25 lakh transactions in a day. Okay, so now what is the difference between NEFT and RTGS? Anyone is aware about that? So NEFT, it doesn't have a minimum transaction limit. Okay, you can understand that the NEFT was introduced in 2005. So the NEFT was present before the UPI, and the NEFT does not have any minimum limit. Okay, the NEFT does not have any minimum limit. Yes, 16.25 lakh of the transactions in a day, and the NEFT has done 4.10 crore of the transactions in a day. Okay, the NEFT settlement, it happens in the NEFT settlement. First of all, let's talk about NEFT. It was introduced in 2005, and since then it was providing the settlement kind of thing, the transactions kind of thing. There was no minimum limit. There is no minimum limit of the transaction. There is no maximum limit of the transaction. Okay, that means you can transact 10,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees, 20 lakh rupees. That is allowed under NEFT. Now, NEFT is the system that happens in batches. That means it is not happening on real time. There are 48 batches in a day. That means after every half an hour, there is the settlement that happens between the banks. Okay, so let's say that you want to transact from SBI to Axis Bank 1 crore rupees or 1 lakh rupees, and the Axis Bank customer wants to transact his or her money to the SBI customer, that is of 2 lakh. So the settlement, so simultaneously there are multiple settlements that have to happen. Many of the people are sending the money from SBI to Axis Bank, SBI to SDFC, SDFC to Axis Bank, SDFC to SBI, and such. So at last we will see, after every half an hour, it is seen that how much transaction the SBI has to do to Axis Bank customers. So SBI have to give 20 crore rupees to Axis Bank customers, and Axis Bank has to give 15 crore of the rupees to the SBI customers. So the settlement will happen of how much? 5 crores. The Axis Bank will give 5 crores to the SBI and will tell the SBI to settle the accounts. Okay, so this is the idea, that the NEFT transactions happen in batches after every half an hour. So that means in 48 batches the settlement happens between the banks for the NEFT transaction, and the NEFT transaction happens in batches. Okay, the RTGS, now coming, so this was the idea regarding the NEFT. Now coming to the RTGS, this is the real time gross settlement. That means this is happening on the real time basis. You are doing any transaction that is going to settle on real time. So that is the real time gross settlement that happens. Here what is happening, that the minimum limit is 2 lakh. That means either you can do the transaction of 2 lakh or more than 2 lakh. This is the minimum that you can transact. There is no maximum limit, but there is minimum limit of 2 lakh under RTGS. So this is the basic idea. Okay. Yes. So here the NEFT, you can understand this is regulated. So NEFT and RTGS, they are both the systems. In both the systems, the RBI is the one that has introduced the NEFT and the RTGS. NEFT was introduced in 2005. The RTGS was introduced in 2004. Now the NEFT and RTGS, they both are regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. They are both run by the Reserve Bank of India. Okay. So the NEFT is regulated, National Electronic Fund Transfer. It is regulated by Reserve Bank of India, the country's central bank. NEFT is an electronic or online method of transferring the money between the accounts. NEFT allows you to conveniently transfer the funds from your one bank account to another, permitting interbank or intra-bank transfers to also happen. Now the transaction limit with NEFT, you can initiate fund transfers of any amount. There is no upper limit, there is no lower limit. Any amount transaction that you want to do, you can do it, but there is one limitation in the NEFT, that the settlement time. There are the settlement time because the transactions are happening in batches. So there is a settlement time, that is the settlement NEFT transactions are processed in separate batches. So the transaction or the settlement is happening in different batches in between the banks. And it can take anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. Before it used to take a lot of time, but now it is the NEFT transaction, it is settled within 30 minutes or maximum 2 hours for your beneficiary to receive the funds in their account. So I hope you will remember this, that the NEFT, NEFT transactions, these are processed in separate batches, and it can take anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. Now transfer timings, so this is the basic idea about NEFT. Now coming to the RTGS, this is the real time gross settlement. That is on actual time, on the seconds the transaction will finish. So like NEFT, RTGS is also another type of fund transfer method that is regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. It was introduced by the Reserve Bank of India. And however, this mode of fund transfer is especially designed for the individuals and the businesses that want to do who need to conduct high value transactions. So if they want to conduct the high value transactions, so the RTGS is for such individuals, the high net worth individuals and the business people that want to conduct high value transactions and the multiple transactions that they have to do of the high value. The RTGS is also regulated by the NEFT, and the fund transfers are conducted in real time. Simply the RTGS is regulated by the Reserve Bank of India, okay, which means the beneficiary receives the sum in their account within minutes. So the fund transfer is happening in real time. There is no batch settlement that is happening. There is the minimum limit, that is of 2 lakh, the maximum limit, there is no maximum limit. So this is the difference between the RTGS and NEFT. That is, in the NEFT, the settlement is happening in the batch-wise settlement at set intervals that generally take from 30 minutes to 2 hours. RTGS, it is the real-time settlement that is happening. Usually, the business people, the individuals that want to do high-value transactions, they use the RTGS system. The minimum amount, there is no set minimum amount, but in RTGS, the minimum amount is 2 lakhs, either 2 lakh or above than 2 lakh. Suitability, NEFT is suitable for relatively smaller fund transfer amounts and the RTGS is ideal for the high value transactions. Okay, any confusion till now? So this is all about the RTGS and NEFT. So we have discussed the progress that has happened in the RTGS and NEFT. The Reserve Bank of India has told that there is the milestone that has been achieved by the NEFT that has not been achieved by any other payment system till now, especially the NEFT, IMPS or RTGS, as well as RTGS has also done the highest ever. It has also processed the highest ever volume it has ever processed. Okay, so these are the data points that you have to remember. The growth, the decadal growth that has been shown by the Reserve Bank of India in its website. This is also that you can quote in any of your answers. So these are some of the pointers that are good for your descriptive answer writing that you have to remember from your descriptive answer writing. Okay, any confusion? Give me a thumbs up if everything is very much clear. Give me a thumbs up if everything is clear. Okay, Sorish has understood the point. Now coming to the, okay Nithi, thank you for your thumbs up. Now coming to the next news article, that is inclusion of Clearing Corporation of India Limited as the financial information provider. So first of all, you have to understand that the Clearing Corporation of India Limited has been included as a financial information provider under the account aggregator framework. This is to enable the aggregation of financial information on the government securities held by retail investors in their retail direct gilt accounts under the retail direct scheme. So what is the scheme, like what is this account aggregator framework, what this news article or what is the RBI notification trying to tell us? All of this we have to understand today. So let's see that what this is trying to say. So there is the inclusion of the Clearing Corporation of India Limited. Now this Clearing Corporation of India Limited has been included as a financial information provider in the account aggregator framework. So let's understand that what is this account aggregator framework. First of all, it is a financial data sharing system. So the students that have been taking my class, they must be aware about this account aggregator network. But let me introduce you the account aggregator network to the new students, as well as let's revise this account aggregator network for the old students. So the account aggregator is a type of RBI regulated entity. Okay, the account aggregator is a type of RBI regulated entity. They are registered under the Reserve Bank of India and they get a license from the Reserve Bank of India of the NBFC account aggregator. So they are licensed account aggregators. They are licensed as the NBFC account aggregator. They'll get that license from the Reserve Bank of India. They help the individual. So the individual, if the individual wants to provide the information to a bank account, to a bank, let's say that the individual wants to open a bank account, and this individual has to provide all its information, financial information to the bank. So the individual wants to take a loan from SBI. Let's say the individual wants to take a loan from the SBI. Now the individual has to provide all its information, the tax details has to be provided, as well as the bank details, that how many deposits it has in the different bank accounts, how many loans it has taken from the different banks, how much of the assets this person has, this individual has. So all these information, the financial information has to be provided to the SBI, that is the loan provider. Okay, so the SBI is the financial information user that want to get all the information, financial information of this individual. Now the individual has to submit all the documents to the SBI. Now it is a time taking process that all the documents have to be submitted to the SBI. Now SBI will tell that okay, this document is lagging, this document is not there, and this document also you have to provide. Now you have to also provide the document that contains all the details regarding the loans that you have taken, the tax details or the insurance that you have taken. Those details are also needed. So again and again there will be back and forth that will happen. The individual have to again and again go to the SBI branch to provide the documents. Then the SBI will also have to verify the documents, that the documents they are correct or not, the information that is provided is correct or not. So you can understand that it is a lengthy process, and that's why the account aggregator system was introduced. Okay, now the account aggregator, how the account aggregator will make this system easy. So let's understand that. Now account aggregator, the individual will provide the consent to share the data to the account aggregator. Now the account aggregator will take all the information from the information providers, that is the person has bank accounts in different banks. The individual has taken loans from different banks or NBFCs. The individual has assets with different asset management companies, or there are the tax details that has to be taken from the GSTN. So all of these will be provided. The account aggregator, with the consent of the individual, the account aggregator will request the data from the financial information providers. Now these financial information providers will provide the information to the account aggregator. Now the account aggregator will provide data flows to the financial information users, and the financial information users will get all the data. So the data flows to FIUs, end-to-end encryption will happen. The account aggregators, they cannot see the data, they cannot read the data, I can say they cannot resell the data. So account aggregators are just a medium to share the data from the financial information providers to the financial information users. So you can understand that the account aggregator, they are helping individuals securely and individuals to securely and digitally access their data and share the information, financial information from one financial institution they have an account with, or with multiple financial institutions that they want to provide their information to the financial information user, okay, to any other regulated financial institution in the account aggregator network. So account aggregators can make all the data available from the users current and from the individual's current and savings account, past loan repayment records, the current loan if they have any, mutual fund holdings, the assets that they have, the insurance holdings that they have. So all these data can be shared of the individuals which distinguishes them from existing credit bureaus like SEBI. So simply the idea is that like the credit rating agencies, they are providing the credit rating. Okay, they are providing the information regarding the credit rating, that this is a good this is the person that is providing the loans back or not. This person has a good credit rating or not. So that is the work of credit rating agencies. They provide the information regarding the loans. But what about the information regarding the assets, the bank accounts that the person has, the money that the person has, the insurance that the person has, the tax details of the person. So all of this data can be shared through the account aggregators. Let it be the past loan repayment records, the mutual fund holdings, the accounts, the savings account, the money that the person has. So all these data with the consent, only with the consent of the individual, all these data or some of the data can be shared from the financial information providers to the financial information users, the account aggregators being in middle. The data that is flowing from the financial information providers to the financial information users, this is end-to-end encrypted. That means it is encrypted by the financial information providers, and this is only decrypted by the users, financial information users. So account aggregators, they cannot read the consumer data, they cannot resell the consumer data, and the person can revoke the data whenever the individual wants. Okay, so this is the complete understanding of the account aggregator system. Okay, so this is the complete information regarding the account aggregator network. I hope it is very much clear. Understood? Give me a thumbs up now if you have understood about the account aggregators. So this is the complete information about the account aggregator network. Now the credit information, the Clearing Corporation of India Limited, it has been added. The Clearing Corporation of India Limited, it has been added as a financial information provider under the account aggregator network. That means if the information has to be shared about your government securities, let's say an individual has bought the government securities. Okay, the individual has bought the government securities and they are the asset. They are the asset of this individual. They are the asset of this individual. Now the individual wants to take a loan on behalf of these assets or against the assets that the individual has. So the individual has to provide the information regarding these assets also to the financial information users. So the individual also has to provide this information to the financial information user. Or let's say that the individual wants to provide the information regarding its asset to the asset management company. So this is also a financial information user. So the individual will have to take the details regarding the government securities to share it with asset management company or with any other bank. So directly what will happen now, the Clearing Corporation of India has been added as the financial information provider. So the individual through the account aggregator can directly share the details from the financial information provider to the financial information user, to the asset management companies, to the banks and such. So you can understand that this has become more easy. So retail direct scheme is a one-stop solution It's a one-stop solution to facilitate the investment in the government securities by the individual investors, by the retail investors. Under this scheme, the individual retail investors can open a gilt securities account in which through this account they can buy or sell the government securities through this portal. Okay, so the retail gilt account is being opened with the Reserve Bank of India, and using this account the individual investors can buy or sell the government securities. And the Clearing Corporation of India, I hope you understand that clearing corporations are the one through which the clearing and the settlement of the securities happen. Clearing corporation. So this we have understood in the previous session also, where we discussed about the trading members, trading and self-clearing members, trading and clearing members, professional clearing members. So they all are the members of the clearing corporation. The clearing members are the members of the clearing corporation, and the settlement of the securities, the settlement of the shares, bonds or any other kind of security is happening through the clearing corporation, and here the clearing corporation is the Clearing Corporation of India. So the RBI Retail Direct Scheme was launched on November 12, 2021 to facilitate the retail investors to invest in the government securities. The scheme enables the individuals to open their retail direct gilt accounts with the Reserve Bank of India and access the government securities market, both primary market and secondary market. Now the Clearing Corporation of India Limited, it has been added as a financial information provider in the account aggregator system. So what will happen, that the Clearing Corporation of India will be able to easily share the information with the consent of the individual to the financial information users. So this is the idea, that to enable the aggregation of the financial information on the government securities that are held by the retail investors to easily get the information regarding the government securities that the individual is holding in their retail direct gilt accounts with the Reserve Bank of India. Under the scheme, under the retail direct scheme, the Clearing Corporation of India Limited has been included as a financial information provider under the account aggregator framework. Give me a thumbs up if everything is clear and you are able to understand. What is happening here? Clear? Keep the chat clear. Okay, do not I don't know what is happening here. Okay. So this is the idea regarding the Clearing Corporation of India. Clearing Corporation of India is the one that is clearing and settling the trade in the securities. So the individuals, the basic idea is that the individuals, they can buy and sell the government securities through the retail direct gilt accounts, and the clearing and settlement of these government securities is done by the Clearing Corporation of India Limited. So it has the information that how many government securities the individual is holding in its retail direct gilt account, and this information can be shared by the Clearing Corporation of India on the consent of the individual. This information can be shared with the financial information users. So the Clearing Corporation of India has become the financial information provider. The Clearing Corporation of India Limited has become the financial information provider, and with the consent of the individual, the information regarding the government securities that this individual is holding in its retail direct account can be shared by the Clearing Corporation of India Limited with the financial information users, with the asset management companies, with the banks and such. Okay, so this is the idea, and the information can only be shared. Remember this very clearly. Information can only be shared with the permission of the individual. If the individual wants to share the information, then only the account aggregator can share the information from the financial information providers to the financial information users. So this is, if you want to get the complete information about the retail direct scheme, I have just taken the session a month before, 2 months before, on this retail direct scheme, where we have discussed the complete understanding of the retail direct scheme. Okay, so you can get the complete information from the session, but the retail direct scheme is just for the individuals, individual investors, so that they can buy the government securities through their retail direct gilt accounts that are kept with the Reserve Bank of India. So the individual investors through their retail direct gilt accounts with the Reserve Bank of India, they can buy the government securities in the primary market directly from the government, you can understand. So this is the complete information that we have provided in the session. Okay, now coming to the next news article, the last news article, it is a very small news article that the PFRDA has notified the amendment to the retirement advisor regulations. So there are the amendments that have been provided by the PFRDA, the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, has notified the retirement advisor regulations 2023 that has been amended, that has been updated on 20 February 2024. So there is the amendment that has happened in the retirement advisor regulations. There is the amendment that has happened in this year only. Now what is the amendment, that we will understand, but what are the retirement advisors? You can understand that the retirement advisor means any person, being an individual or non-individual, who for consideration is engaged in the activity of providing the advice to the people for their retirement plans. Okay, so the retirement advisor is nothing else. It is the advisor that is providing the advice regarding the retirement planning to the individuals. Okay, so the retirement advisor can be any individual or non-individual who for the consideration is engaged in the activity of providing retirement advice on national pension system or any other pension system that is available to the particular person. Okay, to prospect or subscriber, to the prospect or subscriber means to the individual that wants to get the benefits under a particular pension system. So the retirement advisor can provide the advice to this particular person. Retirement advice means activity that is relating to onboarding the prospect, onboarding the individual in a particular pension system, in a particular pension scheme. Advice on pension fund. So the advice is given regarding the pension fund selection, investment allocation, portfolio management or risk profiling, which are properly recorded by the retirement advisor and has been undertaken for the benefit of the individual prospect or the subscriber, and shall include in retirement planning. Shall include retirement planning. This is not a investment planner, the investment advisor or the investment banker. This is a retirement advisor. So the advice that should be given, that should be thinking that what is the retirement plan that is there. Okay, so retirement advisor is an individual or non-individual that is providing the retirement advice. Retirement advice means this. So this has been taken from the notification that was released by the PFRDA directly. Okay, now what is the update that the PFRDA has given? You do not have to go through the whole notification. Just understand, because this was the news article that I have taken from the PIB and the update has been given in the PIB. Then only, like, that's why it is important to understand the updates. Okay, the notable amendments include, so this has been given in PIB. This I have taken from the PIB. You do not have to go through the whole notification. Just because it is in the PIB, that's why it becomes a little important. So the amendments that has happened is that the non-individual, remember this, that the non-individual applicants that are regulated by other financial regulators other than the PFRDA, if they are regulated by RBI, if they are regulated by SEBI, if they are regulated by RBI. So non-individual applicants regulated by other financial regulators, they are made eligible to become the retirement advisors. But it should be non-individual. The individuals cannot, the retirement advisors can be individuals or non-individuals. But when it comes to the other financial regulators, then only the non-individuals that can become the applicants, non-individual applicants can become the retirement advisor. If they are regulated by other financial regulators, they are made eligible to be retirement advisor. So non-individual applicants regulated by other financial regulators are made eligible to become retirement advisor. The individuals are not. Security deposit is not required. So this is a big relief for the retirement advisors, that there is no security deposit that is required now. Applications to be disposed within 30 days, that is, if you are selected or if you are rejected to become the retirement advisor, so that will be told to you within 30 days. So the time limit has been given. So the amendments to retirement advisor regulations simplify the provisions related to eligibility criteria. Now the non-individuals applicants that are regulated by other financial regulators, they are made eligible to become the retirement advisor. Timelines have been provided that within 30 days to improve the process of registration and the removal of the requirement of submission of security deposits. So the security deposits submission has been removed. It is not required now. So they have been, this is with the objective of ease of doing business, to make the business more easier for the retirement advisors. Okay, so this is with the objective of ease of doing business. So why? The above simplifications are in line with the Union Budget 2023-24 announcement to review the regulations to reduce the cost of compliance and enhance the ease of doing business for the different market participants. So this is the complete news article. We have covered the 3 news articles in today's session. Now try to give the right answer of these questions. The first one is regarding the NEFT and the RTGS that we have understood completely in today's session. So try to give the right answer of this question. Now the second question is regarding the Clearing Corporation of India Limited that has been included as a financial information provider, under the account aggregator framework. So on the consent of the individuals, the information can be provided from the Clearing Corporation of India Limited by the account aggregator to the financial information users. So under which scheme this has been done, or for benefiting which scheme this has been done. Okay, so that you have to tell me. The third news article is regarding the PFRDA that has done the amendment for the retirement advisor. So there is the amendment that has happened in the retirement advisor regulations. In 2024, the amendment has happened. So as per the amendment, which of the following statements is incorrect? So that you have to tell me. So this is the homework question. Do tell me all of these in the comment section below. So these were the students that have given the right answer of the previous session question. So the previous question was asking about the MOU that has been signed between the Dash and the DBS Bank for the investor awareness activities. So the MOU has been signed between the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority and the DBS Bank. So the people that have given the right answer is Doraemon, Pankaj, Rushi, Kingshuk, Ayush, Ankit, Riya, Ashish, Abhay, Saurish, Tamiz, Titanium, Abhishek, Bhavna, Urvashi, Shubham, Siddharth, Black Shadow. Interest equalization scheme, this has come in the PIB, so most probably Gurkira sir will take this scheme. Okay. Tanu, Aditi, Pratul, Shivam, Roshan, Mrunal, Durga, Santosh and Anushka. So all the important and the difficult notifications are covered in the Finance 360 sessions, but do go through the magazines also that is provided to you by any course, so that you have the complete coverage. Okay, the typical ones, or where the understanding is required, that is provided in the sessions. Okay, so this is it for today. These are the answers that you have to give, as well as there is a big announcement from EduTap that we have brought for you the comprehensive guidebook for RBI, NABARD and SEBI, so that through a single guidebook you can get more and more knowledge about the examination. If you want to get to know about the exam, the preparation that you have to do, the syllabus for the exam, the pattern of the exam, if you want to do if you want to get the previous year questions, so that is also provided with this guidebook. This is the free guidebook that is being provided to you, so you just have to download this guidebook. The link is provided in the description box below. So the link is provided in the description box below. Do download the guidebook. This is absolutely free of cost to save your time and to save your efforts. Okay, now do give me the answers of the homework question in the comment section below, and if you have any query, you can write in the comment section below. You can call us here or you can also mail us here. Okay, so thank you very much everyone. Thank you for attending the session.